welcome to my program. This is the Deritzystitch Fashion School. My name is Rita Okeme, and today's episode is episode 7. We're going to be talking about how to thread your threadle sewing machine. Remember 2 weeks ago, I taught you how to threadle on the threadle machine or how to pedal. And I said, in 2 weeks now, I'm going to bring how to fix your thread on the machine so that you just start sewing immediately. You know what? When you learn how to fix your thread, you can start by amending your little clothes that are torn at home. You can amend your children's wear and you will love it. You start by that. Then when you do that, when your hands are strong enough, you can now cut a dress and start sewing immediately. I know you're going to love it today. So let's go. We don't have much time today. Okay, the first step, this is your threadle machine. The first step that we're going to take when we want to sew is to reel our thread in our reel. This is a reel and this is a shuttle where this fits in. So what we're going to do now, we're going to actually reel the thread we're going to use. And actually, we put this, after we have reeled, we actually put this reel, shuttle and reel under the bed slide, underneath here. And that's the one that will be sewing the top of the cloth, while the one up sews the down of the, so the seam is both front and back. So while you're sewing, so you need something, a thread under, and you also need a thread up for you to sew. And this is the one that goes under, while this one stays here or here, any place you choose to fix it. So let's go. This is our thread here. We're going to hook it here. This is the pin holder for the thread, and then this one here is the lower tension. This helps to actually smoothen this thread and also help you hold the thread. So you don't need to hold this one and also be controlling this. So it helps you just drop it here. First of all, try to slide it under here so that the thread will go under here. You drop your thread. Then this, you actually have to cut a little thread out of this, because if you fix this here, it's going to be loose. So you need it to have sort of friction. So you either cut a little thread or you cut a little pieces of fabric, fix it inside this hole, then you push it in. Make sure it's strong enough so that it will not slip away while you are pedaling or threading your machine. So we're going to now roll this a little on the wheel so it will just be firm before you start pedaling. So you make sure that this is firm enough here. Then remember, you just roll your balance wheel. This is your balance wheel. Once you roll it, you start pedaling. Then when you start pedaling, you just push this button down. Are you seeing that this thing is rolling? You push it down. While you push it down, you can see the wheel is rolling. And the thread is already, reeling on the wheel. It's already reeling. So you reel as much as you can, what you want to reel. You need to pull the wheel to fill it up. If you know you don't want to fill it up, you stop. We just need a little, we don't need much. So already got our thread in here. You can see now. You can decide to leave your thread here or you leave your thread on top here. Whichever one you decide to do is okay. You can decide to leave it on here. There's a pin here. There's a pin here to hold your thread. So I prefer to put my thread here most times. So what do? Let's now fix this. Now, this reel has a way you will fix it. You'll be having problem with your stitches. And if you have problem with your stitches and you can't identify it quickly, you might stay all through trying to make your stitches neat. But if you don't fix this well, you will not be able to do it. So this is how we do it. This particular one here, this is the shuttle, this is the wheel. So you must make sure it goes clockwise when you fix it. And your thread has to be this way. This thread has to be an upper side for you to get it, that you are actually doing it clockwise. So we're going to fix it. And if it's down here, you're actually going anti-clockwise. So make sure that it's up here. So now I'm going to fix this here now. Just see, I drop it in here. Now I'm going to drag this. Watch, it has to go clockwise when I'm dragging. If it's not going clockwise, if it's going this way, it's wrong. And this is the best way to fix your reel. If you fix it anti-clockwise, it will sew quite well, but you'll be having problem with your stitches. Your stitches won't be the way it's supposed to be. You have a neat stitch, you'll be wondering what's about. Just this minor thing that is a problem. So now, when we fix this, if you look at this place now, this place, I'm going to drag my thread inside this place and then bring it out in this hole here. There's a hole here, and I will drag. I'll make sure my thread is going freely. Nothing is obstructed it before I start. So this is your thread. I'm going to fix my thread here. So just watch. You can keep your thread up here or you keep it down here. But this is what I'm going to do. I prefer keeping my thread up here. Just watch me. This is the arm of the machine. I'm going to go once. Second time. Then there's a hook here. I just hook my thread. Then I go to the upper tension. This upper tension, I'll roll in my thread under here. This upper tension actually helps to smoothen your thread and also hold your thread down. Now, when you are sewing, if you know that your thread is not moving freely, you can actually, there's a minus and plus here, you can actually loosen it up by using minus, loosen it up. Then if you think your thread is moving too freely, you can actually, tighten it up by going towards the plus sign. So that is how you adjust the movement of your thread. So you have to, like this one is a little bit tight. I need to loosen it a little for freedom. Now, after I've gone to the upper tension, I will go to the thread take up. This is your thread take up. Look at it. When I try to move this, it goes up. It's actually what moves this thread. Try to drag the thread. It drags the thread and is moving the thread towards the needle area. So we're going to fix it here. Fix it here from the back. I went from the back, you can see it. Now, after that, I'm going to now put it in here. This also helps to hold your thread. It's just something, a hook that helps to hold your thread. So you slip it in here like this, just to hold your thread, help to support your thread to be getting to where it's supposed to be. There's another hook here before the needle. You hook your thread again. Now try to cut your thread so you get a very smooth mouth so that you'll be able to fix your thread. Now you fix your thread from your left hand and you come out. So those of you that don't know how to use your left hand, you just have to learn it. So you fix your thread and you drag it out from your right hand. Now, this is my reel and my shot already fixed inside here. I'm going to open up this place so that you will see what's going on from the under. When I'm going to fix this, you will see what is going on from this place. So look at this now. Look at this shuttle here. This is a hook that is actually going to hook it to this. Why there's something here that I need to hold. This is like a clip that actually clips this. Just watch. If I do like this, my reel is going to fall off. My reel is going to fall off. Watch. If I do like this, my reel will fall off. Are you seeing it? Now, I want to be able to hold my reel so it won't fall off from this shuttle while I'm trying to fix it under here. So what do? I need to hold this clip. I need to hold this clip here. This is the clip. Once I raise it up, just watch now. Can you see? My reel cannot fall. So I will hold this clip here. Then I'll put my hand, there's a hole under this place. I will use my left hand. You can see my hand is already here. Then I will try to fix it on that pin over there and turn my hook upwards and clip it inside this place. Then I will leave that hook. Then I'll close it up. Now, I want to now pick this thread that I just fixed now. What do? I go to my balance wheel. I will just try to drop it. While I'm holding this, I'll hold the thread, I'll drop it. Once I go in and my thread is coming out, I have picked the thread under. So what do? I help it to lift. I use this, my left hand, to lift up the thread. Can you see? I've picked the one under. Look at it. I've picked it. This is the one under and this is the one up. Both of them are now up. So you just raise your presser bar lift so that your presser foot will go up. Now take your thread backward. That's it. I fixed the thread. Now let's try doing something with the thread that we just fixed. So we know whether we've done everything right. You have to test your stitch before you start sewing. You have to see if your stitch is really okay for you to sew with. So now I'm going to drop the presser lifter. Now I'm going to sew. So when I want to sew, I go to my balance wheel, roll it towards my side, and continue to pedal or threadle. Now this is my stitch. You can see my stitch is so beautiful. I can check the under. Is it doing well? If the under of my stitch is not doing well, that means something is wrong with this place. And what do? I go to this, my upper tension, try to adjust. I keep adjusting. I will sew and I will know if it's coming from there. I'll try to sew. So that's it. I'm sewing already and my stitches are on. I can decide to adjust my stitches here. If I try to go up this, I'll reduce my stitch. You can see that right now. I'll reduce my stitch. I can further go up again. You can adjust until you get the proper stitch that you need. You keep adjusting. You actually adjust your stitch from your stitch regulator. So you keep sewing until you get the appropriate stitch that you require. And you know what? Each time I want to turn, just look at what I did. I will roll my balance wheel. Then my needle, I'll raise my presser bar lifter to turn. You can see my stitches are more tinier than when I began. You can see it's becoming tinier. I can even lift it again. You will see this is going to be more tinier. So actually, that one down is the one they call maybe gathered stitch. What you want to gather, you can use this one down, the highest. So you can see what we're doing. If we decide to raise it up again to the lowest, to the highest, as we're going, right now it's not even moving again. So it's so tiny, it can't move any longer because it's so tiny. So these are the stitches that we have arrived with. You can see we started with the bigger one. As we're increasing, we're trying to go up. You can see that the stitches are reducing little by little. So you can try it. And when you're starting to sew, I want to show you something. You try to you see what I did? I raised up this my presser bar lifter a little, then I held down my fabric. This how you tighten up your stitch when you are trying to sew. As you're beginning, whenever you want to sew, what you do is that you try to notch. You hold down your thread, you hold down your fabric a little, you raise your presser bar lifter, and that's it. Just so easy. I hope you'll be able to try this at home, and you will love it. So that's it for today. Wow, I hope you enjoyed the program. I hope you understood what I meant by threading your machine. I hope you'll be able to try it at home. Try to sew something. If you have any question at all, please drop your questions on the comment box. I will respond to it. And I know that when you try it at home, you will love it. By the time you have made something, you will be so excited. I know I can remember my first day of sewing my clothes on the machine. It was so exciting to me. I didn't find it so difficult grabbing that, and I hope you will do the same. Now, please just hit that button and subscribe, share, so that we can be on this channel. We can always bring this to you. Next week, we're going to come up with something beautiful. Another skirt. Again, we're going to sew something nice. You will love it. So wait until you see what I'm going to be bringing next week. And I'm going to say anything. It's going to be skirt again, but another type of skirt. It's all skirts this period. We're going to teach you different types of skirts. By the time we keep sewing skirts, it will start getting into you and you get used to it. Bye.